Career Uprising. I'm your host and professional career coach, Lorraine Rise. Join me as I guide you through an amazing journey of self-discovery and empowerment. If you are looking for work, changing careers, or stuck in a toxic job, then this is the show for you. I offer both practical and spiritual guidance to help you up-level and advance your career. Let's start the uprising. Hey everyone, you are listening to episode 101, Embracing Your Career Story. How are you guys doing? I'm doing wonderful. It is blazing hot here in Virginia, which I love. Suits me just fine. I love summertime. I think it's my favorite time of the year, and I'm so excited. I've got some time off coming. I've been working so much since the beginning of the year. I've pretty much been working nonstop. It has been crazy. I've literally never been busier. My business has really grown to a whole new level. And I've actually brought on some more staff members, and I'm just really excited for reaching this level in my business. It's been awesome, but I'm going to need some time off. So my vacation is coming and I can't wait for it. But before I get there, I want to ask you guys if you've heard about the little prize giveaway that I'm doing for the entire month of July. And this show is coming out July 19th, so there's still time. I am celebrating my recent 100th episode, and I want to give you a prize and say thank you for being a listener and supporting this show over the last 3 years. So what I'm asking is for you to do a review of the show on Apple Podcasts, if you can, if you have an Apple account. And in return, you will get a free item from my online store. You can pick any item you want. I've got ebooks and job search guides, meditations. I've got a number of things there. If you go to careeruprising.com/store, you can read a little bit more and get a description of each one. I think the LinkedIn profile guide is probably a favorite, but it just depends on what you need and what you're looking for. But any one of those could be yours for free. All you need to do is go give the show a 5-star rating and review, both please, and take a screenshot of it. And so I know which one is yours, and then send it to me at Lorraine@careeruprising.com so I can verify it. And I will get back to you ASAP with the gift of your choice. And you have the whole month of July to do it. But at this point, there's only about a week or so left. So don't wait. All right. And as I said on the last show, if you don't have an Apple account and you still want to participate, you can just send me an email and we'll figure out another way. You can use a LinkedIn recommendation or a Google review and write a few kind words about the show that way. Either way, it won't cost you a thing. It'll support the show, and you'll get a free gift. It is a win-win for everyone. I thought it was a pretty good idea. So I'll go take action on that right now. But let's get into today's topic. This topic, embracing your career story, is one that is really important to me because it is a really big issue. So, and a problem that I coach so many clients to overcome. It is so pervasive. And I've talked a little bit about this and kind of touched on this in some past shows, but I really wanted to revisit it again. And because I'm just seeing it more and more. And so first, what do I mean by embracing your career story? More and more, as I'm talking to hundreds and hundreds of clients in my business, I'm seeing that a lot of people are feeling like they need to cover up or defend their career choices in some way. Is that you? Have you ever felt that way? I think everybody has at some point. It's a really common challenge that I see in clients. For example, I work with clients who maybe they have a gap on their resume for some reason, or they have jobs in different fields or different industries that are not related. They don't really have a linear or logical career path. Or maybe you have short job tenures and you've hopped around a little bit. It could be any number of things. But these things make us nervous when it comes time to interview for a job. We feel like we have to downplay it, cover it up, or spin it somehow. And I hate that mentality of spinning something. I don't coach people to do that. But it is common and is normal to feel this way, to feel maybe embarrassed or like you need to cover up or defend yourself somehow. But it's so critical to your success that you do not go into the interview feeling that way, feeling like you're on the defense or you're at a disadvantage or you have to lie or cover up about your career choices. And we're not doing any of that. In all of these situations, no matter what it is that you're worried about, and the age factor is one as well. Feeling like you're too old and not going to get hired. Okay. So this applies to that too. In all of these situations, there is one clear, definitive solution. It's the same solution for all of them. How you present yourself and how you present your career choices is how they will receive it. You have so much more influence than you think. Okay. It's just like pitching a baseball. I am a huge baseball fan, thanks to my husband, and so is my daughter. My whole house is a baseball house. You have to love baseball in our house. But so I'm going to use that metaphor, all right? So how the pitcher pitches it is very much going to influence whether or not the hitter swings or whether or not the catcher catches it. If you throw a curveball, it's going to go in one direction. Or if you throw a changeup or something else, it's going to go in another direction. If you throw it high, it's going to go high. If you throw it low, it's going to go low. Do you see my point? When you're at a job interview, you're the pitcher, okay? And the person interviewing you is either the hitter or the catcher, if you're throwing the ball or hitting it. If you go in to the job interview confident, happy, free, and open, looking forward to the conversation, totally comfortable with all of your choices, then that is what is going to come through loud and clear. Or if you go into it feeling nervous, kind of closed up, fluffing things over, trying to dodge certain subjects, that is going to come through loud and clear. How you interview and how you present your career choices directly influences what they think about it. Now, I know you can't control what people think directly or you can't prevent them from having an opinion or a perception because that comes from them. And so I don't want you to make that your objective. You're not trying to control their mind, but you can influence them greatly. Your objective is to feel good, really good, about the choices that you've made in your career. Your mistakes do not define you. I'm going to say that again. Your mistakes do not define you. And they aren't even mistakes. They're simply choices. And you have to trust yourself that you had a reason at the time for making the choice that you did. This is a lesson in self-trust. Job searching is about self-trust. And that's why a lot of people fail, or it's a perceived failure, because they don't trust themselves enough. Okay? So more on that in a past episode, actually, that I did called You've Never Made a Mistake in Your Life. That was actually one of my most downloaded episodes ever, which was really, really surprising to me. And the bottom line is this: you've got to feel good with yourself before you can ever expect someone else to feel good about you. So I want you to remember that when you are interviewing and really go back and listen to that episode I was just talking about, because it's a great companion to this message about feeling good about the choices that you have made in your career. You always have a reason for those choices, and they're not really mistakes. But I think as long as you are looking at them as if they are a mistake, you're going to be at a disadvantage. You're not going to feel as confident as you could. And I don't think that people are judging you as much as you think they are. Yes, maybe it's not ideal to have a lot of short job tenures or a gap on your resume, but it doesn't mean you're not going to be employed. It doesn't mean that at all. I've seen plenty of people overcome pretty large barriers, long periods of unemployment or completely unrelated jobs or taking a step back. There's so many different things that can happen. Life is messy and it's so much more common than you think. Sure, maybe you took 3 months off for work and it turned into 9. It happens, right? You're human. And I think people don't realize that they only know their own story. Do you know what I mean? I see everybody. I coach hundreds and hundreds of people and I see everybody's mess. I really do. But we only really see our own. And so we're kind of in this tunnel and we don't realize how common it is to have problems like this. All we see is our own mess. So we think it's just us, right? But nothing could be further from the truth. Everybody's got a little bit of mess somewhere. They really do. And I'll tell you in a moment some of my messes, right? And things that I have been through and had to overcome in job interviews. So it is not just you, and it's not going to be a hindrance to your employment the way that you think it is. So it's really, really important for you to embrace your own story and accept your choices, be proud of them. Don't have regrets. Regrets are a waste of time. They do nothing for you. Regrets do not advance you towards your goals. They hold you back. So if you are regretting anything that's happened in your career, it is a waste of time and it's probably what's holding you back. You're going to have to accept it. You're going to have to embrace it because it already happened and we can't change it. But we can change our perception of it and our feelings and how we experience the past. You can change the past by changing how you experience it and how you view it. And that will determine your future. So if you were to go into a job interview feeling great, feeling confident, and totally thinking there was nothing wrong, there's nothing anyone would judge you by, you're going to find people are judging you a lot less than you think in that case. It's going to be basically a self-fulfilling prophecy either way. Okay, so let's pause. I want you to think on that for a minute. Let's take a quick commercial break. When we get back, I'm going to tell you about some career messes of my own to help you feel a little bit better and things that I could have easily labeled as a mistake and allowed to hold me back, but I didn't. All right. So stay tuned. We will be right back. Hey guys, we're on a break for a minute, and I want to tell you about something exciting going on at careeruprising.com. I have an online store that I created just for you. It has a variety of low-cost resources that will give you the boost that you need in your career, and they offer a great introduction to what it would be like to coach with me. I've got ebooks, meditations, and other resources for you to take advantage of and start getting help today. These products are instantly downloadable, priced incredibly low, and cover many aspects of career transitions. Head on over now to the store while you're listening to the show. It's at careeruprising.com/store. That's careeruprising.com/store. Now let's get back to the show. Life gets messy, you guys. That is the message of today's show. Life gets messy and it's okay, and you're still going to get hired. I know this from personal experience and from the hundreds of clients that I have coached over the last 6 years. I review resumes and talk to people about their careers for a living, literally. This is what I do all day. I know my stuff. And I'm here to tell you, you're going to be okay. And this is more than just a pep talk. I hope you see it as more than that. I want you to really take this message to heart and ask yourself, honestly, if you really are embracing every aspect of your career story from the inside out. Because if you're not, you're holding yourself back and it's going to hurt your job search results. It's going to affect your confidence, and your confidence always affects your mindset, and that always affects your results. It's just a compound effect from there. And the truth is never really as scary as we think. That's the thing. I always tell clients, hit me with it. What is your worst case scenario? What is your biggest fear in your job search? What are you so afraid of you think is going to happen? It's almost never as bad as you think. And there's a really good chance, too, that either I or someone I have coached or someone I know has experienced it. Nothing really shocks me anymore. I see clients continue to get hired by employing all of the job search strategy and everything that I teach them. So you can overcome this. But the ones that do are the ones who have confidence in the interview and they don't try to cover up their mistakes. All right. And now I'm not saying you need to go into any more detail in an interview than is necessary. You don't have to share everything. And there are ways that you can redirect the conversation towards the future and control the conversation. But don't go in feeling like you need to defend yourself. You might need to explain yourself and explain your career choices, but that is different than defending it. All right. So when you talk about a gap in your work history, for example, I want you to be open and honest about it and share the good things that came out of that time. Show the interviewer that you have no regrets. That is going to be a game changer. I already said it once. Don't have regrets. They're not going to help you get towards your goals. All right. So, for example, let's use that example right there of a period of unemployment. Say that that's your situation, right? So let me dive in here to some dialogue and give you an example of what this could sound like. So the interviewer might ask you, can you explain the gap in your work history in 2019? Well, here's what your response could sound like. Sure, I'd be happy to. The company downsized in early 2019, and unfortunately, my position was one that was cut. However, it was really a blessing in disguise, and taking some time off from my career was really a good thing for me. I was able to do some introspection and get a lot of clarity in my career. And I was also able to spend more time with my family, do some volunteer work I'd been wanting to do, and I took some online courses. So I was really quite busy, and it was time well spent. I feel really refreshed now, and I have an even clearer picture of what I'm looking for in my career. And I'm really excited about this particular opportunity at your company because I think it's a great fit for the direction I want to go in. See? That wasn't so hard. I would hire that person. That person was confident, open, willing to talk, didn't share a lot of details, but did own that time off, explained what they were doing during that time and why it was a good thing. I would hire that person, would you? Feel free to borrow some of that language and insert your own situations. You can do this. Remember, your mistakes do not define you, and you've never even made a mistake anyway. You've simply made choices. Own them. Be proud of them. They make you who you are. You can go out there and kill it in the job interview, all right? And I want you to know I have been there. I have been hired, fired, I've been laid off, I've worked for other companies, I've worked for myself. I've done it all, you guys. I'm only 37, but I've always said that I feel like I've lived a lifetime of careers already because I've had so many different experiences. And I was laid off or separated from an employer, I think 5 times in 7 years. I ended up spending most of my 20s job searching, and I didn't plan it that way. So I know how you feel. I've been there feeling frustrated, feeling anxious, feeling nervous in the interview, like I didn't know how to present myself and tell my story. That's a big reason why I do what I do today, because I have been there and I easily could have let those things hold me back, but I didn't. I pushed through them and took action anyway. And I knew that I was valuable. No matter what had happened to me or what choices I had made, I knew I had value. And that was what was driving my job search activity, not the fear of being rejected or not picked for the job. I knew I had to get a job, so I had to push through it anyway. And you can do it too. All right? So let this message sink in and really take action on it. I'm going to go ahead and just leave you with that and let you think about that for now. But I hope that this message serves you. I hope you will take action on it and think differently the next time you go into a job interview. And while you're thinking on all of that and pondering the message, go to Apple Podcasts. You still have a little bit of time to leave a review and a rating of the show. Email me at Lorraine@careeruprising.com. Let me know which review is yours, and you will get a free gift. You have about a week and a half left in July. And if you don't have an Apple account, remember, you can still participate. We'll do it through Google or LinkedIn, but just send me an email and let me know that you want to participate, and we will get you a free gift. Okay. So I hope that you will go to my website as well, careeruprising.com, look into coaching if you want to take this work further and deeper and get transformative results in your career. All right. I look forward to being back in August with another show. Take care, guys. That's it for today's show. Thank you so much for listening. If you like what you heard today, please consider giving the show a positive review on iTunes. It would mean a lot to me, and it would help to spread the word so that others can learn about the show. Thanks again for tuning in, and I can't wait to connect with you again next time on Career Uprising.
This show is brought to you by inflowradio.com, the best curated talk radio network for personal development, wellness, spirituality, and conscious business.